Hello and welcome to a Everquest setup video for a level 95 Paladin. So let's kind of get into it. I've done these every 5 levels for this character, and I typically do that for most of my characters past 75 or so. And so this is a Paladin, and this kind of builds off of the last version, right? What list spells we have. The skills we use and stuff like that for normal everyday use during the leveling process. Now, this doesn't account for rating or anything like that. It's mostly what I need to do to get my job done, and that's get experience to level up. So let's kind of go over the spells. So we're using Proclamation of Honor. Proclamation. Jeez. Crush of Tides and Force of Useka, and these are kind of my go-to spam abilities right here. I guess you could also bring in Glorious also. It's in the list, but we'll cover these other two really in a minute though. So this one it immediately gets hate. So if we do Alt 1, immediately we get this Proclamation of Honor on the mob, and then we get the recourse right here, which absorbs 10% of incoming melee damage for 6,800, and that's not a lot, right? So you can see here I was killing a mob that was just hitting me for 9,700, and that was not a named. So it takes the edge off, right? It's like a nice stiff drink after work, right? No, it just takes the edge off. So we got that. I spam that as much as I possibly can. Crush of Tides is a pretty nice little ability here. It just generates anger, a large amount. I can typically, if I cast this once, I can pull anything off any of my characters or my the mercenaries, right? So, and it also does 3,200 damage to undead and 2,800 to living. If we kind of look here, maybe I got a crit or something. So there's 1,300 crush, 1,300 crush. Clearly not doing what it says. Oh no, this is Crush of Tides. Never mind. I got a new spell. So yeah, it does damage. It can crit, so it can possibly do more. And against undead, it does even more damage, right? And then Force of Useka. So strikes your target with force, stunning them. So this is just a stun. I only keep one real stun on my bar right now. I haven't needed anything else. And then we have Glorious, Lesson, and Reprimand. So Lesson, strikes home with Lesson, stunning your target. But it does damage, and it does more damage to undead. So I guess this is also another stun. I didn't actually realize, maybe the first one didn't stun. I never looked at it again. But yeah, there's a second stun. And then Reprimand, it denounces the target, does 3,000 damage, and then heals your target's target. So it heals me every time it does business, right? Reprimand right here. So you can see here, it did 5,000 damage, and then I'm full health, so it didn't heal me, but the concept is the same. And then it generates less hatred than normal spells, but it's in my spam. So I spam my 4 button, and it does AA stuns plus all my 1 through 5 up here. And then Glorious Exculpation. This is just another direct damage that reflects healing twin cast back to the caster. And then it does 4,000 damage to undead, 3,500 to summon, and 3,000 to anything else. Now this is a kind of cool one. So where is that one? Glorious, right? So target him, Glorious, and then you see here we get healing twin cast, right? I can't. I have to target myself, but now I get twin cast and I can do myself heal, right? Kind of cool. It doesn't do anything because the mechanic requires a target of target. And the target dummies don't do targets, so it is what it is. And then from there I have 2 heals. Burst of Splendor, which is one I just got. This one will heal me for 7,100. Oh, I've had this one. Never mind. I got this one here. It's the new one. Sorry about that. This one heals me for 7,100, right? So this is kind of like my... I'm dying, and I just pop it, right? Boom. You know, it's my numpad 1 on my mouse, so it's like where my thumb sits. So I'm always ready to hit it if I need it. And then I have Aura of Splendor, which is the new level 95 group heal. It works the same as everything else, just it's on my 6 heal, so it's just a spam that I got going on for if I'm like need heals, I hit that, and that also has a shield flash in there, which I will cover in a minute. Let's see here. I have Mollify, which is a lull. It works really good, makes pulling easier. And then Reprimand. I think we already covered this one. We already covered that one. And then I have Mark of Reverend. I don't know if this is even worth casting or not. I haven't decided yet. So Mark of Reverend, you put it on the mob, and it puts like a damage shield on, right? And if they hit me with that on, they take damage, right? They take 143 damage, which is not a whole lot, right? But if I hit the mob, I get healed for 84, which again is not a whole lot. So you can see here, and whatever I was fighting before, I got 29 heal out of it. It's just not that, it's not a lot, right? So it might not be worth being on the bar, but it is what it is. And then we have Stoic Stance, which just gives me 10,000 hit points for a little bit. And I try to keep that up as much as I can. I probably should cast it on cooldown, but I don't. And then my final spell is Blessed Aura. I think I dropped this one for the last video, but I brought it back after reading some forum posts, and seems like it's still usable. And so this just gives us a little bit more. Where's the actual stat? Can't find it anywhere, huh? Yeah, do I have to like really? Yeah, it gives you like a healing percentage, so you get healed for more. So that's what it does. So those are like all the spells I use. I don't really change these out. I might like drop something here and there, but for the most part, that's what I use. On my bar here, I have a few hot buttons. I have a forage macro. Just forages and puts it in there. But the one button corresponds to my druid doing something. On my spam 2 buttons, so spam 2 here, right here on 2, I taunt, I turn attack on, I cast 1, which is Proclamation of Honor, and then do DOA 3, which DOA 3 is begging, so it doesn't actually do anything because you can't beg in combat, so I don't even know why it's there still. I think I was trying to get it up because I had something that required begging to be useful. Then I have Renounce and Key 3. So this is really good. So if I hit Renounce, I'll get a... Where is it at? I get a buff. Where are you? It's a hard to find buff. I might be buff cap, so maybe it didn't land. Yeah, I don't see it anywhere, actually. Is it up there? No. Anyway, what that one does is it absorbs damage for the next 2 hits. So you get like a two timer on it. Yeah, I guess I didn't get it. Here, let's get rid of a buff. Symbol of celerity. There we go. There we go. So now you see that it has 4 on it, right? Because it gives us 4 hits because we have focuses. Normal. And what is the focus for this one called? It's not even the right page. Extended Reproval. I think this is it. Yeah. So this will give us, by 2, right? So in the next rank at 105 will give us another one. So it makes it last longer. 1. So you can see here it goes up. Duration is 6 seconds normally, but it goes up to 12 with the current rank, and then the next rank it'll be even better. So that just gives us a little bit of the edge off, right? So withstand the next 2 incoming attacks or spell attacks, reducing the damage done by 90% for 6 seconds, or 18,000 damage. So as you can see, getting hit for 9,700, that goes pretty quick. That's like 2 hits. So I can pretty much hit that on cooldown is pretty much how that spell works. Not all the time, but pretty much. And then I have a macro with just all my 1 through 5 in it. And then I have it multi-bound down here to Force of Disruption, which is a ability that gives us a bunch of hatred plus Knight's Yelp. Knight's Yelp gives us attack speed, attack, everything else. It's just really nice little all around. It replaces Yelp for the most part. And then Disruptive Persecution. This is the same thing. More hate and Knight's Yelp. Yeah. And it interrupts our spellcast. Ageless Enmity, just another taunt. I just spam it. I don't even care. And then I have Reprimand at the end of that. So when I go over here, like, start meleeing, right? I'll do 1, or actually 2, 3, and then I'll just spam 4, right? There we go. So it just spams. All those abilities get used, and it just cycles through whatever's available on the stuns and nukes, right? I plan on changing this up. So like the thing is right now, like I'm leveling so fast that if I spend a lot of time changing some stuff up, it will kind of get annoying because I'll be changing all the spells and I'll have different spell sets. So at 125, I'm going to change it up so I have like an undead, 1 through 5, and then a living 1 through 5, so I can kind of change it up on the fly and just use the different spell sets. But you can see here, it just works pretty well. Doing pretty good damage, right? We're hitting for like 10,000 normal hits and stuff like that. So let's pull off here. All right, and I did upgrade my gear. I took all my Marks of Valor from all the gribbles I did, and I was able to buy a full set of Grandiose Zealot armor and a few of the other pieces from the level 95 merchant in Karana. I don't know. But I did keep the Crypt Hunter arms because they are better. If we like compare these to like the gloves, right? They with just the same stuff, they're like 400 HP better and significantly better armor class just because of how this expansion, the Broken Mirror, worked. It's just like a 170 AC on just the AUG to put into it, right? So definitely a significant better set of armor, but we only have the one piece. We do have some other pieces, like this face here is like better, but it doesn't have the anger modifier, echoing anger. It doesn't have that, and I don't have any more remnants of Tranquility. The gems are like 600 each, and you can sell back like the stuff you buy, but you have to, like, you lose a little bit each time. So I got to do more TBM missions to do that. So if you look at the stats, I'm at 114,000 hit points, 2200 AC, and 3800 attack with a two-hander. If we go to my defensive one-hander, I get 115 HP, 2770 AC, and 3700 attack. I bought the AUGs also, so I went with the hammer. What is it? It is a hammer right now, so it's an axe, I guess. Thought it was a gavel. It gives blessed rune, so when I use sword and shield or one-hand and shield, I'm tanking something that would be pretty extensively mean typically. So because of the way that bold attacks works, I get this buff here when I'm using a sword and shield, so it like reduces all the incoming damage and just makes me all around tankier. It's significant. But if I use a two-hander, right, I lose that buff and I get two-handed proficiency, which I can tank a single mob with this usually, and it's not too bad, but it removes the effects of combat stability here. So where's that? Combat stability is a general. Yeah, so combat stability, The armor class soft cap is the amount of armor that includes the functions at 100% effectiveness. Armor class gain in excess of this cap are reduced in effectiveness by the percentage base of your thing. So this allows us to get more out of going over that cap. Now, I feel like we are going over the cap because I think it's pretty low. There's a file you can look at to find it. And like classic for a warrior, it's like 500 and something or like that, right? So if you go over 500 AC, you're going over the cap, right? And I don't know the cap for Paladin at 95. But it's, you know, 2200 versus 2700, like that's a significant difference, right? And the evasion should go up too. That's 1700. I guess the evasion doesn't change at all. So well, actually 1700. Yeah, it changes just a little bit, but it is, you know, it is what it is. I can tank one mob with two-hander pretty easy right now. But if I like get a whole pack of mobs, I like to go sword and shield. And I went with the rune. Like I like the rune. It should not pop on right now because I'm buff capped again. Just click that off, right? So we just turn this on. We should get a rune that pops on here in a second. It procs a lot typically. Oh, is that down here? Yeah, blessed rune. It's already on. So it just gives us an 850 point rune, which you know, just takes the edge off, really. Like I said, with a lot of this stuff, it just instead of getting hit for 10,000, I get hit for, you know, just over 9,000. So, you know, it all adds up. That's kind of the point here, right? So I mean, pretty much upgraded all my gear to the most that I could buy off of that vendor. I can't sell any of this back, so I'm stuck with it. But we got a few clickies here and there from all this stuff. They increased AAs and stuff, but it is what it is there. Not much is changing other than that. So we did pick up a new AA at 95. Divine Call. I haven't had actually a chance to use this yet. So this pulls a creature that is, you know, within 3 levels of you, all the way from 45 feet away to you. So I think it's kind of like the grapple thing from a monk. So I should be able to target him and then pull him to me. I don't know. We'll have to see how that works. But we also picked up Speed of the Savior, which is a movement and speed increase ability, right? So we have a 64 velocity right now. That's how fast we can move with our current buffs. And if I click this, it's a 15-minute reuse, but oh, never mind. We already had it. I already have it on, don't I? Yeah, so 64 with it on. I forgot that we're in the guild hall and we don't lose buffs here. If I click it off, I guess we're still at 64. I guess it really doesn't do much. I could have swore it gave me... Oh, I have communion on too. There we go. There we go. 47 is my natural. 64 is with the buff, and I have communion is the spirit of the cheetah from the druid. So if we just click that back on, right, it's the same speed. That's funny. But you know, moving fast is very useful for a tank. So in the situation that I'm trying to think of a situation where I'd use this, and this would probably be in old dungeons and old raids where I'm trying to farm, just to speed myself up. Typically I have these two guys following me, so I can't really use it in typical play like that. So all right, let me see here. What else? I got no rank 2 spells yet. I haven't even bothered with it. We got the healing twin cast now. So if I target myself and I heal, it should have twin casted. It doesn't give me any actual information, but it did, right? And the procs on the one-hander here, like the Blessed Rune and the Stunning Strike, I know the Stunning Strike here twin casts and crits, so that's like extra damage, right? I don't know if the Blessed Rune can double cast, like twin cast it. I've never even thought about looking to see if it does that, but just scrolling up here, I don't see it actually happening. So it probably didn't, but you never know. But see what else. I think that's everything. Like I'm using prominent mantle. Yeah, there's these disciplines up here. Yeah, these are prominent mantle, which is just kind of a mini defensive. 35% of incoming damage for 1 minute. It only lasts up to 48,000 or 488,000 damage. It also will heal me at the end, I guess. Armor of Zeal, I use this one a lot. So this is another one, kind of a mini defensive for 2 minutes. It's really good when you jump into a pack of mobs and you get more than you thought. Like, I always pop one of those. And then Deflection, of course I can't click it. Deflection. Block almost all attacks. This is great. So if I'm about to die, I try to click that now. Before I wasn't really paying that much attention to it. But I realized how overpowered this is. It's 12 seconds of melee invulnerability, which all attacks, right? So if you're getting hit by like 5 mobs, it'll block them all. Usually that's enough time for the mercenary to get me back going if I need to. And then Sanctification is the next one here. It's just for spells. I don't think I've ever clicked it. Holy Forge, this is insane damage against undead for 5 minutes. It's an hour reuse, but if I'm going against an undead, I would click this and all my attacks become critical pretty much, and it's just crazy. It's crazy damage. And then if I'm going against a name, I usually pop this one sometimes if I don't have defensive ones going, but this one gives you just more damage against anybody for 2 minutes. And then Righteous, Righteous Vexation, I believe is the current one. So this one's interesting. I haven't really figured it all out yet. I've been using it here and there, so if I click it, it pops on here. I get 20 charges of extra fury, right? So each attack generates more hate, right? It says each strike, but I don't know how, like, it's not going down every hit, so unless I'm just missing a lot, right? Yeah, it doesn't, I don't know what there must be like a cooldown or something, but it lasts for a little while. So if you're trying to pull aggro on something or multiple things, this will give you a lot of charges of that. And then Undivided Formation, 18 seconds. During this period, you receive a heal and generate more hatred. Your allies will generate less hatred than normal. So I pop that sometimes on named if it's gonna be something mean. But most of the time, like at this level, it's not as big a deal. But later on, it becomes probably a more important thing. Like my other characters, my boxes, they are not geared, right? I'm stealing all of their tokens to buy armor for Holdridge. So they're still in House of Thule tier 1 gear at 95. It's gonna bite me in the ass at some point. But like if the druid gets hit, she's dead. They die. They have 65,000 hit points, 69,000 hit points. So you can see I almost have double their hit points and stuff, but they go down fast if they get hit. I can't react that fast most of the time. But for the most part, this is my setup. Oh yeah, Shield Flash. So we got this at 95. This consumes 2,500 mana and endurance to strengthen your shield to block all attacks for 6 seconds. Now you're like, what? You just read that? Yeah, it's like another deflection. It's so, where's deflection? Deflection is 12 seconds. This one is 6 seconds, but it's a 4-minute reuse, right? And I put that in my heal button, right? I want to just use that as much as I possibly can. Like, it's very nice. It sounds like. I could be wrong. I could be absolutely wrong, right? I'll probably run out of resources to be able to use it really well, but I just got it at 95 when I dinged, so I haven't had too much use with it yet. But I think that's it, actually. So what my plan is going forward with this character is to do start the Reign of Fear expansion, start going through that. But we'll cover all that in the next Holdridge's Crusade video. But there you go. That is how I run a Paladin at 95. If I'm doing something wrong, let me know. Like I've tried to read a few forum posts here and there to see if like the general consensus, but I think it's all pretty basic, right? I think I'm doing everything right. At least I think anyway. So we'll see when we when we get higher level and see how that goes. Like I feel like this class is just so insanely strong, right? Like I'm not even using like the heals and stuff, right? Like once we get higher level, we'll be able to pop in heals. We could probably replace the healing of the druid just from us if we do it right. But right now I'm kind of playing it lazy, so we'll see. But thank you very much for watching, and please have a fantastic day.